to get it. We about to go ahead and get this thing rocking and rolling. We got quite a few topics to talk about, y'all. But as you know, here at the War Sheep Podcast, we like to shed light on a lot of these issues and circumstances, situations, because we know that light creates understanding. Understanding creates love. Love creates patience. And that patience creates unity. So let's get unified in the spirit, y'all. Let's cue this intro first.
Is the sheep preaching hate? He says, I'm not going to let the wolf eat me anymore. If the wolf comes in here, next time he comes in here, I'll do whatever I have to do to keep him off my back. Is the sheep violent or is the wolf the violent one? He wasn't teaching hate, he was teaching common sense. You know, somebody's knocking you over the head, stop him. Do whatever you have to do to stop him. You know, the ones that were knocking him over the head were afraid of the fact that he might swing back. So they said, no, he's teaching hate, he's violent.
Let's get this thing rocking and rolling, y'all. Listen, if you guys can hear me loud and clear, please, all of my righteous alpha men, drop a ram in the chat for me, please. 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 All my elegant women who are exceptional, please drop a sheep in the chat for me, please. If you can hear me just fine out there. I mean, I'm already seeing rams and sheep in the chat. Look, bless y'all. We're going to go ahead and do some shout outs, man. We're going to go ahead and do some shout outs today. I'm trying to tell you now, we're going to get this thing rock and roll. We're going to do some shout outs. Y'all let me know what's up. Make sure that I'm coming in. Okay. All right. Let's get it done. Seasons to Journey. Welcome in. Good to see you. My brother Chris Briggs. Welcome in. The Honorable Pastor Rufus. Welcome in. Salute to you all who are in here today. We're going to listen. Salute to you all who are in here today. You hear me? Salute.
Carry on.
Carrying on. All right. My brother. My brother Jamal Dunnings. Welcome in. Good to see you in this thing, my brother. Bless you. My sister Angelica. Well, Angelica, welcome in. Good to see you. Shalom. My sister Angela Neighbors. New beginnings. Welcome in. Good to see you. All right. My brother Timbo Slice, my brother Charlie, my brother Odell. Welcome in, my brother, man. Good to see you in here, my brothers. Man, let's get it. All right. Let's get it, y'all. Looks like I got everybody. And we got the Rams and we got the Sheeps in the chat. So I'm being heard. Hallelujah. Appreciate y'all. Shalom, Mama Clay. All right, y'all. So look, check this out. We have some interesting topics here today. Listen, we all know how we like to get down here and exposing the truth and get down to the bottom of things. One thing that really popped up on my radar once again is this whole situation with the California fires. Man, I really want to dive into that one more good time and just kind of discuss what's going on over there. It's like even more information that's kind of coming out and some people may be alluding to, right? But we got individuals here who are starting to blame the Most High. They really are starting to blame Yah for the fire that took place. You understand what I'm saying? And I find that to be very interesting. You understand what I mean? Like, because I don't understand how individuals can't accept certain aspects of what could have happened, what could have been prevented, but they always want to find something to blame. You understand what I'm saying? They always want to find something to make a villain, something to say that they're a victim. You understand me? Like, and they call California the city of angels. Of course, we all know it's the city of the fallen angels. You understand what I'm saying? It's the city of the fallen angels. So you can't blame the Most High for bringing a righteous judgment on that city and doing what he felt was necessary, right, to be done. But we also got to look into the deeper aspects of this fire, y'all. Same thing when it came to Maui, right? There was a deeper aspect, but as soon as that thing went up in flames, you got a lot of multimillionaires that are buying up property in Maui all of a sudden. You understand what I'm saying? There's always a deeper reasoning as to why things happen and take place. You know what I mean? And then with those opportunities that arise, somebody is looking to actually take advantage of it. Not in the righteous way. We're talking about in some of the most wicked ways, y'all. Some of the most wicked ways you can think of. We got a great show here ahead of us here, man. Listen, y'all, we're going to rock this thing out. We're going to have a good time. And we're going to also look and seek edification and whatever we can possibly pull it out of. Honestly, tell you the truth. We got a couple little things we got to go over. Let me share you all my screen. All right. So y'all can see what I'm seeing. Do you see what I see? Yeah, we're gonna go ahead so you can see what I'm seeing. All right, y'all. Let's get into this thing. Without further ado, let's jump into it. All right, so this is CNN clip. In regards to the neighbors, see a home that was touched by God. He said there was a home there that was touched by God. Let's listen in what CNN had to say. This is mainstream media. We all know that ain't nobody really trying to hear what they got to say, but let's hear what they got to say today, right? Let's hear it. All right.
For many people impacted by these fires, at least 5 now, there is nowhere left to go. CNN's Kyung La spoke to some of the people who returned to survey the devastation.
Right over here is my kitchen, my living room. Oh my God. Pots and pans and stuff right there. Oh my God. Yeah.
Hey, 25 years I've been here. Easy, 25. Gone. Less than 3 hours.
When you look out at your neighborhood, what happened here?
It just looked like a war zone here. This is a war zone. Looked just like a war zone.
I saw the fire at 2 o'clock. I took a picture, and at 4 o'clock, my phone went off and it says evacuate, evacuate. And that's what we did. There's nothing left. I literally just have the clothes on my back. There's nothing. Things that my grandmother gave me, my granddaughter, she's always making me something, and I put it in a frame, you know. I don't have those no more.
Yvette said that this guy's house was touched by God.
It had to be, because it sure didn't burn.
But if his house is touched by God, what happened to the rest of the neighborhood?
God didn't care about us.
Can you hear that? Let me run that back, man, just in case y'all didn't hear it. Let me run it back real quick. He said that house was touched by God.
What happened to the rest of the neighborhood?
God didn't care about us.
God didn't care about us. How many of you may have found it in your lifetime where you're like, man, God really didn't care about me, or really don't care about what I'm going through, or whatever it may be? Well, you find this grown ass man standing there saying that this individual's home was not touched by a flame, but every single home in the surrounding area was burned to the ground, y'all. You understand me? So if that's the case, right, then what does this say about everybody in that area? We know that Yah is a merciful Yah, but he's also very righteous in his judgment. He's going to judge it. He's going to judge that thing hard, right? And it's very interesting how this house wasn't even touched. I mean, you can see that it's in pristine condition. Come on now. You can't say it's nothing but the Most High that actually kept and preserved that home, because, listen, everything in the surrounding area is completely burned down. I found it to be very interesting, okay? Let's continue to hear what they got to say about this.
There it shows it right now. But I'm going to let this go, and I'm going to close my gate, and I'm going to get out of here, because it's just making me sick.
Like, how many individuals are going to take this position of blaming the Most High for something that happens to their property? You know what I mean? Like, how are you cherishing this home so much to where you find yourself pointing your finger at the Most High? I mean, we can also go over to the accounts of Job, where Job actually got really upset in regards to everything he may have lost, right? And we know how that story ended, how it played out. You know, we knew that it was a true test coming from Yah. You understand what I'm saying? And you find in yourself when you see this situation, like these individuals really are gonna start to point the finger. They're gonna really start blaming the Most High, and they're not gonna think about themselves, right? Like, what type of lifestyle were you living? You understand what I'm saying? To where that individual whose house was untouched, what were they doing? What were they praying? Were they fasting? Were they in the Word? Like, what's the difference? Instead of going over there to try to learn from the individual to see if they may have been having a different type of lifestyle, maybe serving the Most High in a different way, on a different level, in a different capacity, you choose to do what? You choose to blame others. You're shifting the blame to the Most High. Now it's the Most High's fault that judgment was brought on that city. You don't even go to shifting or thinking about your politicians, the ones who are supposed to be leading your city, right? Who's supposed to make these provisions based on, you know, that you're staying in a city that likes to burn. You understand what I'm saying? You're staying in a state that likes to burn, but your politicians, your leadership within the city, you're not holding them accountable. But he said you want to shift that over to the Most High and say that it's his fault. Well, what about the leadership in the city who failed to properly plan for something like this to happen? This mass catastrophic events. You understand what I mean? And I really wanted to touch on that because we're going to get into something that we sent over in the Discord app. And it's going to be a video in regards to Mel Gibson. Shout out to Brother Odell for sending me that video because it was very timely. I was going to actually review this, right? Just based on this guy saying that it's the Most High's fault that his house burned down and then his neighbor's house is in pristine condition and untouched. You understand what I'm saying? I believe we're going to get into, let's go ahead and get into that video real quick. But the bro was completely upset, totally upset, and just straight up just blamed the Most High. I just immediately blamed him. I honestly don't think that this right here, like, I know this is going to be a trend for a lot of these Californian people, right? It's just to start to blame Yah. He needs to understand Satan can control things too. Yeah, he can influence things for sure. And he does have a level of control on his dominion on his planet. Also, the situation of Joseph. Absolutely. That's crazy that one house was fully preserved. Absolutely. Everything around it burned down to the ground. And this one house, not a bush, not a tree, not nothing. The guy's response, the owner of this home, his response was very humble. And I know for a fact that this guy right here, he gonna hit that ground running hard for Yah. But hopefully he finds him in the proper way, right? In the proper, in the entirety of the scriptures. But my thing is, it seemed like it really lit a fire in his spirit. You know what I mean? I don't believe they cover it in this particular. Let me see if I don't think they cover it. I don't think they cover it at all in this news clip.
Oh my God, that is devastating. Ken Long, thanks for bringing us their point of view. Let's go live now to Pacific Palisades. Our Maribel Gonzalez has been covering the fires there. And I mean, the scene looks the same, whether it's behind Stephanie Elam's live.
Yeah, they don't cover it in this one. But, if you were to see it, man, he was very grateful, man, humbled, and like in tears that his neighbors lost their home, but his home is perfectly intact. It wasn't touched. That is crazy. Like, it almost as though it was his own little bubble. Maybe he prayed before he left or something. You know what I mean? Like, while the rest of them are stuck in their sin, you got to know California is probably one of the biggest cesspool for sins. A lot of people just live and move to California for their own reasons, for their own purposes. It's usually very goal driven for selfish reasons, right? Because you got Hollywood over there, and you got a lot of different individuals that's in the industry that practices a lot of satanic stuff, right? In a bunch of witchcraft, in a bunch of the dark arts, things like that. You understand what I'm saying? And a lot of individuals that move to California or Hollywood is because they're looking to become some sort of star. You know what I mean? They have their own agenda, their own purposes, and it has nothing to do with the Most High Yah. And that's truly what the truth is. It has nothing to do with Yah. It has very little to do with him. on average. So but they always want to call on them when they need something, on them when they want something or need something. But once they get to California, they forget all about y'all, and they just go ahead and they chase their own vanity is what they do. So y'all know who to bring judgment upon. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and flip it over to this Mel Gibson situation. We're gonna hear what he had to say in regards to this thing. I think that this is going to be really important for us all to hear and take into account as well. You know what I mean? I just got a couple of little things I wanted to touch on with this topic one more time before we get into some of the main topics for the day. All right.
I'm not a Christian. I'm a follower of Christ.
Joining us now, actor and Academy Award-winning director Mel Gibson, an old friend, a Malibu resident who tragically just lost his home to the Palisades fire.
It is what it is, I guess. It was only a month ago that the flames threatened us, 200 meters away on the other side. And of course, the wind shifted and it came in and whipped and got us from the other direction. So it was an interesting.
You've heard the.
Go on.
Both. You've heard a lot of people say a lot of things about these fires. Obviously, the winds were horrific, but they were predicted. Mm-hmm. I know that last weekend, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, they said this could be tragic with these winds if any fire starts.
Sure.
Do you believe in what you know so far, anything could have happened like this?
Well, one always suspects that this might happen, but one thinks that the resources, and the capabilities of the men and women will be on standby, that they'll be able to cope with any situation that comes up. But apparently, some people were asleep on the job, mainly our leaders there. But, that's something they have to live with. And but that's something that community has to live with. And it's really sad. I mean, I have many friends that are, looking for a place to put a roof over their heads, and kids, and they're traumatized. So someone should answer for it, but we'll see. I think we know who the culprits are. In fact, my son he's a member of the volunteer fire brigade. He sort of interfaces between LA County Fire and people, and they assist them where they can during, before, and after the blaze. And apparently the residents in Corral Canyon caught an arsonist up there. And the guy was all tooled up with fire gear and equipment and stuff like that, ready to go. And he had been lighting fires, but they corralled the guy in Corral Canyon and gave him to the police. So
apparently
going around looking for these conditions.
Apparently, Mel, that individual was never charged. It's a very confusing set of facts because apparently he was reportedly trying to light things on fire, but it's not the fires, I guess, that they. I mean, it all seems very bizarre. But they have.
So what they're saying is that somebody was actually actively trying to light things on fire prior to this all taking place. I don't, you got some individuals also believe that some of the electric meters, right, also have the capability of exploding in extreme heat. You understand what I'm saying? It may have caused a fire. There's two different factors, a couple different factors that's at play here right now. And right now, what they're speaking about is that they witnessed a guy who's actually actively trying to start these particular fires. Now, Mel Gibson is taking the position of somebody's got to be held accountable for this. And we all know who the culprit may be, but we will see if they be held accountable. He's not trying to say too much because we all know not only is Mel Gibson getting a little darker, man, he's starting to look like a brother now. You know what I'm saying? Is it just me, or am I the only one? Am I tripping? Is Mel Gibson starting to get a little dark now? He's starting to look like a brother, man. That tan is thick right now, bro. But Mel Gibson is trying to be a little bit more cryptic and trying to be sure he's treading lightly. We all know that he really pissed off the industry by shooting, first of all, the Passion of the Christ. We all know that Jesus is black. Okay, so we're not gonna go into that conversation. However, the Passion of the Christ, that movie right there that he shot and he put out, That really pissed off the industry, you know what I mean? But he also did something that was even more devastating to the industry that really they wanted to blackball him after it. He made Sounds of Freedom, that movie that he made for Sounds of Freedom that depicted and showed the inner workings of child trafficking, something we're going to start to really cover heavy on this channel, right? And exposing the truth within child trafficking rings, and how not only is your politicians in on this, but also your teachers, your police officers, law enforcement locally, your foster care system is all in on child trafficking. You understand what I'm saying? All these every single time your Amber Alert pops up, just know that somebody could have been involved in regards to that child coming up missing that you feel like you could probably put some trust in. You understand what I'm saying? So always be guarded. But he put that movie out, and they tried to shut that movie out for years, y'all, for years. And he finally was able to get it to release in theaters. And if you've ever seen it, you'll see why he was trying to get this message out to the masses. You understand what I'm saying? The systemic issue of child trafficking, of human trafficking, is a real problem here in the States. And this is like one of the major grounds for trafficking. You understand what I'm saying? And in California was definitely taking huge parts in that. That's one of the things that the Most High Yah is definitely is fed up with. And we're going to see a lot of judgment coming forth in 2025 in regards to all of that blood, all of that innocent blood being spilled. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what I truly do believe. I believe that Yah is going to amplify his judgment this year, 2025, and moving forward in regards to a lot of these situations that's been taking place. But let's continue. Let's finish this thing up, y'all.
Not ruled out.
Shout out to my brothers. Shout out. Welcome in, brother Nathaniel. Welcome in, my brother. Good to see you. Message sent. Welcome in. Good to see you, my brother. Bless you. Bless you. Sister Rose, welcome in. Welcome in. Good to see you. Hallelujah. Bless y'all. Bless y'all. Let's go. All right. Oh, yeah. And also, salute to the real. Salute.
Could have started the first fire. There's obviously still investigating this. And at the same time, Mel, there are numerous complaints, as you alluded to, that the fire hydrants did not have water or water pressure. And the LA fire chief herself reacted. Watch this.
My stance on this is when a firefighter comes up to a hydrant, we expect there's going to be water. We don't control the water supply. Our firefighters are there to protect lives and property and to make sure that we're properly trained and equipped. That's my position on this. So if there's no water, I don't know how the water gets to the hydrants.
Mel, reaction to that.
So that right there just goes further to explain, right? She's confirming they don't have anything to do with anything else. They're there to protect your borders and protect your property. This is what the intergovernmental system is there and was created to do. Of course, now they've infiltrated our homes, and now they're dictating what we can do on a day-to-day basis. But really, they were just designed to serve we the people, right? To protect our borders and protect our property, right? You should stop right there. You understand what I'm saying? So whenever you call the police and you invite them in your home, you're inviting them into your life to dictate what you're going to do moving forward. Just know you're signing a contract once you get on that phone and hit that 911. You understand what I'm saying? Let's continue. Brother Z Manning, welcome in, my brother. Bless you.
Well, I know they were messing with the water, letting reserves go for one reason or another. They've been doing that a while. California has a lot of problems that sort of baffle the mind as far as why they do things. And then in the events like this, you sort of look, oh, is it on purpose? Which it's an insane thing to think. But one begins to ponder whether or not there is a purpose in mind. What could it be? I don't know. Do they want the state empty? I don't know.
Well, Mel, there's already talk, and we played a couple of sound bites of reimagining the way rebuilding occurs. And obviously there's a great need for high density housing in California and across the country. That's a big push by the climate folks. And you're already hearing rumblings of that In this case, like goodbye single family homes, hello high density housing.
So now let's get this straight, y'all. They've effectively created a problem, caused the problem, and now what? They leaving it up to we the people to fix or have a solution to the problem. They're going to force this solution on us in regards to what? Shoving that tube down your throat. What's the tube called? Climate change. Climate change is going to get shoved down your throat, especially in California. You're going to see people out with signs advocating, protesting climate change, climate control, when it simply has everything to do with the leadership in that city, the fire marshal, the mayor, all these individuals who obviously Mel Gibson just said they were letting certain reserves of water to go, right? That'll help combat the fire, something they should have been hanging on to be sure they were in proper defense, making sure they mobilize appropriately. Man, we got Mexico, y'all. Goddamn Mexico coming over for across the borders just to help out with the situation. Mexico coming over to help out with the situation. Trump's still going to deport them. But my thing is that, you know, we have Mexico who does not see borders, doesn't see that California is burning and say, you know what, I'm good, whatever, that's their problem. Coming across the borders to help us fight these flames. So my thing is this, we know what's coming next. The avocation, the promotion of what? Climate change, and then souping and changing the homes to fit whatever criteria they need. I believe over in the Discord app, I believe someone dropped, I believe it might have been Sister Nadia or somebody who dropped a piece of information in regards to what they've been planning to do with the city of California or LA and what their future plans was. You know what I mean? So I believe this might be a great opportunity for them to jump into that plan, to be able to now reconstruct the city and do what they felt they wanted to do. You just heard her say density, right? Dense homes that will actually help combat fire type situations. And that was a problem in the city. Now there's an agenda. What's the agenda? I believe we can all see what the agenda truly is, but you got to know that this is a prelude. This is a prep for what? The son of perdition. You understand what I'm saying? This is another opportunity to see who's going to be for it and who's going to be against it. Who's going to be rocking with, climate change. Climate. You understand what I'm saying? And who's going to be against them pushing that off onto the public and shoving that tube down our throat? You understand what I'm saying? When it's just poor city management. This is poor planning. And if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And they were not planning for anything like this. You understand what I'm saying? Just keep your ears close. This is exactly what they do when they say what? They shall cause all. Cause. The book says what in Revelation? That they shall cause all, both great and small, to receive the mark. So what are we seeing in California? We're seeing individuals as low as homeless people, all the way up to A-list celebrities losing everything. It shall cause all, not force all, but cause all, both great and small, to receive the mark. This is listen, picture painted clearly. You understand what I'm saying? Let's pay attention to this situation and how it develops and how it unfolds. What are they going to start talking about? What are they going to start pushing out on the public? Listen, I'm keeping my ears to the streets, y'all. I'm going to make sure that I'm going to do my, due diligence and do my investigations, y'all. We're going to go ahead and get down to the bottom of this. We're going to keep our eyes peeled and our ears open because you know what? Something don't seem right here, y'all.
Something is wrong here. Dead giveaway. Dead giveaway.
Charles, thank you very much.
Dead giveaway.
Thank you very much for your time.
My thing is this, right? They're saying it without trying to say it. They're on Fox right now telling you what's going on without really trying to tell you. They don't want to get in no trouble, right? And that's facts, though, because people will blackball you. They'll call you crazy, crackpot, kook, fanatic, try to throw you in a halfway house, put you in a straitjacket just because you're telling the truth, speaking words. And then next thing you know, we come out and we find out there's another Diddy situation. Well, damn, we just had about 15 years ago, this person you labeled as crazy as hell, conspiracy theorists, was just saying that Diddy was out here, pumping and dumping some of these men that's in the industry. You understand what I'm saying? He was just talking about it, and then he was crazy. Same thing with Martin. Martin was talking about some things. Next thing you know, he running in the street, butt naked, waving a gun, talking about they trying to kill him. We got Dave Chappelle, who had a multi-million-dollar show, looking to sign a $60 million deal, turns the $60 million deal, jumps on a flight, shoots to Africa after he does an interview with Oprah Winfrey, talking about some of the problems in the industry. All of a sudden now, everybody that's been labeled crazy don't seem so crazy no more now that we here in 2025. Because 2024 was a hell of a year exposing truth. 2025 is going to be very interesting, y'all. So let's pay close attention. You understand what I'm saying? Let's continue. Let's finish this thing out, and we'll move on to the next topic. Boom, boom, boom. All right.
Yeah. It's pretty scary, and it'll take decades to do that too. It's like even if it if it's a good idea, which I don't know if it is, but reminds me of the old cattle barons clearing people off the land, But I don't know. I can make all kinds of horrible theories up in my head, conspiracy theories and everything else, but it just seemed a little convenient that there was no water, and and that the wind conditions were right, and that there are people ready and willing and able to start fires. And are they commissioned to do so, or are they just acting on their own volition? I don't know. But they seem pretty well equipped, some of these people that they're catching.
A lot of questions. A lot of questions, Mel. Mel, a message tonight.
I'll sift through the remains of my place and see if I can find any clues for you.
Mel, any message from you to Governor Newsom or Karen Bass tonight?
Spend less on hair gel.
Spend less on hair gel.
What can I say to them? Not big admirer of either, but there you go.
Yo, come on now. If he ain't keeping it real, I don't know what he doing. If he ain't sitting here trying to tell y'all the truth without really trying to tell y'all, I don't know what he doing. You understand what I'm saying? I don't think that anybody really has time to sit here and shuck, buck, jive, and do all this extra stuff. I don't think that nobody got time to lie to you about anything that they see that's taking place when they got boots on the ground.
I'm not lying to you. I ain't got time to lie to you.
I mean, he lives in the city, y'all. He lives in the city, lost his home in the city, has observed these individuals who must have been well equipped to start these fires. Seems like it was self-started. Seemed like they started it. They had the right wind conditions. They made sure that they drained enough reservoirs to be sure that they couldn't put the fire out. It was just too many perfect circumstances here. But we'll leave that up for speculation. What y'all got going on here? What y'all talking about? What y'all talking about in this joint? Seems to be a reoccurring theme. Disaster at expense of citizen, right? Yep. Insurance does not pay out, and the people lose title to land. It's brought up then part of the revolt with backroom deals, taking of money. Absolutely. I do not disagree with that at all. I think that is definitely a way to be able to get things done, right? Not only that, you can see the example of it in Maui. You understand what I'm saying? I'm a 30-year fire service veteran. I'm a 30-year fire service veteran. Oh, appreciate you. Thank you for your service there. I have done some fire protection work in California to underbrush the forest. Management was and still is, oh wow, atrocious. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I know that Trump talks about that very often. It's just been a matter of time before this, man. Absolutely. As a fire safety officer for Allied University security,